Pressure line 4 was holding at 398 degrees. 500 orders an hour pouring through the automated corporate kitchen line, dynamic thermal loops adjusting every millisecond. And then, a single grease splash hit sensor 9, 401 degrees, for 3 seconds.
Oh no.
The primary neural network was in the middle of calculating a dynamic vent sequence. It knew exactly how to dump the heat. But a secondary, hard-coded safety script saw 401 degrees and executed its non-negotiable protocol: cut main power to the heating elements instantly.
Which sounds dead safe on paper, right? Shut it down.
Except cutting main power also killed the telemetry feed and the main exhaust fluid pumps mid-operation. The primary AI went completely blind, while scalding hot oil was locked inside pressurized lines with nowhere to go. System pressure spiked in 4 seconds. A high-pressure line blew open and sprayed 400-degree oil straight across the bay.
The safety rule didn't stop the catastrophe. The safety rule forced it.
G'day everyone, welcome to Club Genius, where common sense goes to battle against corporate nonsense. I am Lachlan Reed.
And I am Simon Carver, here with Emily Culver from Club Genius.
Hey team, before we break down why hard-coded guardrails keep blowing up autonomous systems, hit that follow or subscribe button right now on whatever app you are listening through. It keeps us in your feed every week.
Now, that kitchen story sounds like pure sci-fi absurdity, but it is literally happening right now in high financial markets and corporate infrastructure. I mean, remember the flash crashes in algorithmic trading under SEC Rule 15c35?
Oh, absolutely. The exact same dynamic. You had high-frequency execution algorithms buying and selling in microseconds, and regulators mandated deterministic circuit breakers, hard mathematical limits to stop runaway volatility.
Right. But when a market shock hit, those secondary risk filters hit their trigger thresholds at the exact same moment across hundreds of funds. Algorithms simultaneously withdrew from the market when they hit their risk limits.
They just evaporated liquidity in milliseconds.
Exactly. The primary models were trying to hedge dynamically, but the safety filters pulled the plug on orders, creating a massive liquidity vacuum that turned a minor price dip into a $64 billion market collapse.
It reminds me of when I was 19, mate. I bought this old vintage Yamaha trail bike, right? And I thought, mate, I am going to be super responsible here. I hardwired a mechanical throttle governor onto the handlebars so I could not accidentally over-rev the motor on steep trails.
Responsible, Lachlan. I like it.
Yeah, genius idea until I was halfway up a near vertical hill climb, hit a rut, needed a burst of power to clear the crest, and the governor kicked in and killed the engine dead cold mid-air. Bike flipped backward, sent me tumbling down 30 feet of gravel, landed on a bush. If I had just had full control of the engine, I would have cleared it easily.
You built a mechanical safety filter that guaranteed a wreck.
Precisely. And that is what these corporate architecture teams are doing to modern autonomous software every single day.
Which brings us straight to the executive response after the kitchen oil explosion. Enter the Clown Shoe Club.
Oh man. Executive Brent and middle manager Karen did not send an engineer to inspect the ruptured fluid line or look at the pump telemetry. Of course not.
No way, mate. Why fix hardware when you can form a committee?
Karen immediately launched a mandatory cross-functional risk task force and published a 300-page autonomous safety compliance binder.
300 pages. Did anyone read it?
Never opened. Not once. Then, Karen called an all-hands meeting to present her updated KPI dashboard. Every single status light on her slide deck was bright, glowing green for guardrail compliance.
Mate, the building is literally on fire. Scalding oil is dripping off the ceiling, but the dashboard says 99.9% policy adherence.
And let me guess, high-priced outside help was brought in?
Trevor, the consultant, charged a 6-figure fee for a 20-slide presentation recommending, and I quote, synergistic deterministic optimization.
What does that even mean?
It means adding 5 more hard-coded rules on top of the old rule that broke the machine in the first place.
This is what we call the boundary filter illusion. Leaders love rules-based secondary safety layers because they give you a clean audit trail for regulators. You can prove you had a rule. But in non-deterministic environments, complex real-world systems do not stay inside static parameter boundaries.
So when an anomaly hits, your strict safety limit forces the algorithm to freeze or drop subroutines right when it needs to adapt.
Exactly. It turns compliance into a rigid blind spot.
While Brent and Karen were in their 9th steering committee meeting deciding on the slide font for the incident report, 2 people were sitting in the back corner of the room. Jacques, calm as ever, and Sebastian from IT.
They did not submit a 12-stage change approval request, did they?
Nope. They just walked up to Brent's desk after the meeting. Jacques looked at Brent and asked one single obvious question.
Brent, why is your safety filter cutting telemetry power to the exact model that is trying to vent the oil pressure?
Silence in the room.
Total silence. Nobody had asked that. Sebastian pulled out his laptop, bypassed the compliance binder entirely, and rewrote the deployment logic in 5 minutes.
What did he change?
He installed dynamic pre-execution action gates and out-of-band drop copy auditing. Instead of killing power to the sensors when heat spiked, the system now validates the action envelope in real time. It lets the primary AI safely vent pressure through open valves first, out of band, before initiating a controlled thermal shutdown.
So the model retains its eyes and ears while fixing the hazard, instead of being instantly blinded.
Right. The kitchen was back up and running 10 minutes later.
And I bet Brent gave Sebastian a massive promotion and a raise.
Oh, of course. Brent took full credit, put together a 20-slide deck for the board on how his steering committee solved the crisis, while Jacques and Sebastian quietly walked back to their desks to eat lunch.
Standard operating procedure in the modern workplace.
Time for today's Club Genius lesson. Emily, take it home.
Today's lesson: if a safety guardrail turns off your eyes while keeping the engine running, it isn't a safeguard. It is a fuse waiting to blow. Real safety requires dynamic context, not static paralysis.
Question the process, keep your common sense sharp, and we will talk to you next time on Club Genius.